What is going on?
What's up, big guy?
What's going on, James? How you doing?
I'm fantastic, buddy. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. We are here. We are live here on Facebook. Before we get into the show, something happened today. Something monumental happened today.
Something big happened today.
And that is right. We did it. We hit 5,000 followers today on Facebook.
Woo!
And this craziness started last week, and it just continues to keep going.
Yep.
And I love it.
Thanks to all of you.
I absolutely love it. Yes. Guys, thank you all so much for everything. This is absolutely incredible what you all have done for us. And we're going to continue on. We're going to keep going. And today, we are here to discuss Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
Will it be yes, or will it be sorry? By the way, that's some good editing right there. I gotta give it up to our producer for that, though. That's beautiful.
That's right.
I make a good Dawson, I think.
We got a dope producer.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I look great.
You look fantastic.
And so do you. Are you Jen? Is that what I see?
That's right, baby.
And that wasn't my choice, by the way. I didn't do that.
No, I'm happy with it. I make it all the way to the end of the show, kind of.
Well, I mean, you did make it to the end of the show. She passes away in the series finale, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. So Dawson's Creek started in the late 90s on the WB, yes, the WB network, which already had amazing shows at the time. They had Buffy, they had Felicity, they had Sister. They had a great lineup for Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Because Fridays, as we all know, that was for ABC. And, it's one of those things where you discuss it and you go on through it. The WB was a force to be reckoned with during the week because they knew on Fridays they weren't going to stand a chance.
Yep.
Rating wise, because TGIF had that set.
Yep.
There's no way they could have came back from that.
Yeah, good luck. They had a tall task that they just couldn't measure up to.
Yeah, and that's why I love that they did the weekly stuff. Then they went to Saturdays and Sundays, and the WB kind of crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But back to Dawson's Creek. So the show starts in Dawson's room with him and Joey watching E.T. Let's just be honest here. What happened, her staying the night there, that wouldn't have happened in today's world.
Oh, God, no.
That would not happen in today's world. She ended up staying the night, and it's just like, wait, they did that?
Yeah.
Because that was weird, because you don't see that now, but back then it was a little different. But again, back to my point, you start off with Dawson and Joey. Then they bring in Pacey, which was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he's the best character in the whole show.
Oh, yeah, I love Pacey.
Hands down, Pacey's the best.
Yes. Pacey was great. And then you had Then you had Jen show up.
Yep. She was a wild card.
I mean, it's just Jen showing up was kind of like, okay, now Dawson wants Jen, but Joey wants Dawson.
Yep. Then you get that love triangle.
She won't tell Dawson until we're halfway through the season. Because season 1 was only 12 episodes. So season 1 was kind of very, very quickly done. And it felt like it was everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
there wasn't like a main focus that you could really like beam in on and claim, yeah, this is the particular storyline that we want to go down. It kind of bounced around way too much.
Yeah, and I feel like it was a filler because that's really what it was at first. They were just going to do 12 episodes and see how it would stick. Turned out people loved it, and they continued on. It had a lot of coming of age stuff, and I love it for that, especially with the whole thing of Jen has this past that she doesn't want Dawson to know about. And then you have the other love that's going on between Miss Jacobs and Pacey.
Yes, sir.
So that like hit the ground running because that happened instantly.
Yep.
There wasn't no waiting. There wasn't none of that. That happened really quick.
Which was nice. You know, I love that they hit the ground running with that. That was a great storyline. That's something that we see a lot nowadays, surprisingly, with teachers and students. It's really shocking. And, you know, it may not have had so much of an impact back then, but if you did something like that now in a show where it's happening so much, it would blow up.
Yes. And I mean, even back then there was a few things going on with teachers and stuff like that. But, but like you said, it's
rare.
Like now when it's like every 6-7 months we hear something about something like that.
Exactly. It was a rarity back then. It was like a fantasy that guys would have, hooking up with their hot teacher. I mean, every guy's been like, man, I wish I could hook up with Miss Jones or blah, blah, blah. It's every guy's fantasy growing up. And then they hit it in the show. And now people are doing it left and right, it seems like.
Yeah. And credit to Mr. Witter for doing that. I mean, it's unreal that the whole thing of the thing with Miss Jacobs, and they were finally going to go on that date, and then next thing you know, it's not going to happen. He runs his mouth in the bathroom, and then someone's smoking it up in the bathroom, lets it out, and then next thing you know, it's turning into, oh, he's obsessed. It's not true. And then she finally says, we had a relationship.
Yep.
And she was fired and she was released. Then she came back in season 2 when he was with Andy. Now, Andy was a very, very complex character. As much as I liked Pacey, I think I liked him more when he was with Andy because Andy made him a better person. Because in the first season, Pacey was he had that effect of you felt bad for him because he just acted crazy. You know what I mean? Like he just didn't act like he was supposed to. And that's an interesting comment here.
That was something that we were going to get into.
That is something we're going to get into. That's a very, very good one. I know who wrote that. But no. But there were also, James, we talked about this person today. There was also a lot of small parts.
Yes, there was.
And there's one that we both really liked, and that was Abby. Not Glenn Close!
Yes, Abby.
Oh my
gosh, she was a real wild card, man. Just starting drama left and right, doing whatever she could.
Dude, that was, you needed her.
Yeah, she's what really made the show at first, bringing like drama, everywhere that she could. She was a driver in the show.
I mean, and I don't like how they ended her. I don't.
Oh yeah, with her death,
dude. That
drowning
ticked me off.
It was a shocker. I mean, I didn't expect her to die.
No, I didn't either. I thought she was gonna live.
I was like, she's gonna
yes.
save her. They're gonna have some dramatic thing go on. Oh yeah,
right. I thought maybe she'd hook up with Dawson at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
There was good tension there.
I mean, why not have that? Why not have Abby stick around and have her and Dawson hook up? Because at the time, Jen was obsessed with him.
Yep.
So
that actually brings me to my favorite episode, when everyone's together and they have the I forget what the episode's called, but it's like a Breakfast Club ripoff.
Yes.
That was what actually brought me into the show at the beginning. Because I'm flipping through TV. I'm like, Dawson's Creek, man. I turn it on, and it looks like it's the Breakfast Club. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's see what happens here. And then she ends up getting Dawson to kiss Joey for their first time.
While Dawson was with Jen.
Yep. And Joey is secretly in love with him. And it was like her biggest fantasy, like a dream come true. You see her reach her hand up to kind of touch his face, and then you see him pull away eventually. Woo, it's a good episode. That's what actually drew me into the show.
I mean, and that episode, I'm glad you brought that up, because that really sticks out, because we really got to see how maniacal Abby really was.
Oh, yeah. And let's play Truth or Dare.
Yeah. And that's... Oh, shut up, ATB. Good night. It would have been good at the time. You didn't watch it. You wouldn't know.
Oh, shots fired.
But no, so that's why I feel like she needed to stick around. I know that she was in her own show, going to be in her own show at that time. She was in one, it only lasted a season. Oh man, what was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
It was like collegiate or something. It was some type of college show, and it only lasted one season. It was right after Freaks and Geeks. It was by the guy that created that. So I just can't remember the name of it.
It's not memorable.
Well, I actually like it. This kind of makes me mad that I can't remember the name of it.
Liked it too?
Yeah, I liked that. It was pretty good. It had Jay something. I forget his last name. He's in Out of My League and Knocked Up. Yeah.
Jay, tall Jay with the mohawk.
Yep. So it's been years since I've seen it.
The following announcement has been paid for by Teal 5 Wrestling.
Hello, sorry to interrupt your broadcast of the Eldridge and Blackburn Nostalgia Show. I'm Just 10 Credible, representing Teal 5 Wrestling. I'm also the producer of the Eldridge and Blackburn Nostalgia Show, I'd like to take an opportunity to address a certain situation. Today, Teal 5 Wrestling received an email. A copyright strike cease and desist from the WWE over our CM Punk video. That's very upsetting, but I would like all of you to know, from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of Teal 5 Wrestling, screw Paul Levesque, screw Nick Khan, screw Endeavor, screw Ari Emanuel, and most importantly, screw WWE. We are not going to stop, as we have a very, very busy rest of the year. We've got Deathmatch December, where I'm also not allowed to talk about GCW. I have to only talk about CZW, which honestly sucks. I am very upset with the direction that Teal 5 Wrestling has taken. And that being said, I have taken a bigger part here on the Nostalgia Show. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me. This tangent was for you to know, just because we got copyright struck doesn't mean we're not going to run it back, baby. We are going to keep trucking. As usual, you cannot kill Teal 5 Wrestling. And that is not an opinion. That is a fact of life from yours truly, Just Tan Credible.
Well,
Whoa.
I mean, so WWE, go F yourselves, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Strong words, strong language. I like it.
So now back to what we were discussing. But so I want to get into the also the unaliving of Dawson's father.
Yeah. Mitchell.
Yeah. Do you, and also, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, if you're having suicidal thoughts, please reach out to the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Please, please call the Crisis Lifeline.
Your life is important. Every life is important. Think about the ones that you also love that's around you. Not only hurts them, but it hurts the rest of the world around you because you make an impact in their lives every single day. So when you're hurting and you're in pain, just reach out to someone. Call Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-TALK.
And guys, it's open 24/7. They have someone 24/7 that will talk to you. Please don't end it. Just talk to somebody.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, guys. There's always a light.
Now to Mitch.
Mitch's death was hard. I didn't see it coming. Dawson goes from a character that has like a perfect life, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Got a great mom and dad. They're, middle class at the very least, probably a little bit higher. He's got everything, and then boom, his dad dies. And that's when you see like real tragedy finally hit Dawson. And it hit him hard. You remember the scene when he has to rip out the recording machine because he still hears his father's voice and it just tears him up and he can't take it. Very impactful moment on the show, and I think like on all the fan base itself. I mean, a lot of people can relate to like losing a parent.
Yeah, well, even his mom, Gail, when she went to ask Dawson to get a gallon of milk, she lost it because that's what she asked Mitch to do.
Yep.
And that's what he did, and he ended up getting in a car accident. I'm so conflicted on that because I
love his character.
Oh, I did too. I did not understand why they had to get rid of that character.
They didn't have to. They wanted more conflict for Dawson, more internal struggle for him. And, and it did play a big impact on the rest of his character for the rest of the show.
I just, my thing is I understand that, and I get that,
but we don't have to agree with it.
No. It's my thing is you build these characters up, and then somehow, some way, they're gone, and you bring them back, like as ghosts or whatever, like they do with the whole Andy thing with her brother and Abby. And it was one of those things where you were just like, what is going on?
Yep.
Because Andy had it rough. I mean, that character, her brother died before she came on there. Then, when she was on there, she ended up losing it. And then in season 3, she got better, but she cheated on Pacey while she was at the place she was at. And then her and Pacey kind of had this back and forth for a little bit. You were wondering if they were going to get together. Then he fell for Joey.
Yep. Thank God.
Yes. And then him and Joey were together for a while. And then it was a whole thing between him and Dawson. That boat race scene is still one of my all-time favorites.
Dawson lets her go.
Yes. So before that, when they did the race and Dawson cut them off to get disqualified, that was him trying to hurt Pacey. I mean, you talk about former best friends, basically just losing it over a girl, and then they became friends again because of Andy. Because Andy told him before she left, she basically said, guys, you need to get over this. You know what I mean?
Yep. 100%.
Then they did the senior prank together. They were friends again. And then Pacey and Joey break up. Then at the end of season 4, you have Dawson and Joey kissing to end the season like it did with season 1. And you're just like, oh, here we go again.
Yep.
But then season 5 happens. His dad passes away. Then he ends up with Jen again.
Yep.
That I really liked. I thought Dawson and Jen, and this is going to, make people mad, but Dawson and Jen, in my opinion, belonged together.
They had the better chemistry. I personally hated Dawson and Joey. They didn't have any chemistry. There was you build something up for so long, but you don't really get a good payoff with it, and that's something that I felt like we got with them, and it just didn't feel right. Like Pacey and Joey felt right. They had real chemistry. You could tell it that on screen there was real romantic feelings. In fact, that they actually dated at the beginning of the show in real life. So there was something real and organic there. And
by the way, hold on. I apologize. But do you know what is also organic?
What?
The Green Hemp Company from the foothills of the Tennessee. Open Monday through Saturday. 10 a.m. Oh, I can't see that. 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then Sunday, noon to 6. Contact Hot Donna for all your Green Hemp Company needs. I gotta stop watching that.
Oh yeah.
My producer, he's losing it in the background.
I bet he is.
But no, so
Hot Donna.
So
love that name.
Yes, and by the way, I want to give a shout out to Hot Donna. Thank you so much for the samples. Greatly appreciate it. Awesome.
Yep. Anytime you would like to restock our shelves, please do. We will gladly partake. Now, back to the organic chemistry between the characters. Some of them, they had that. Like Dawson and Jen had that, and Pacey and Joey had that. That's why it worked. There's organic chemistry there. And when you separate the characters and you start flip-flopping them back and forth with who's dating who this week, next week, it just doesn't work. And it never worked. In my opinion, it never worked.
Because they did try it twice. No. Sorry, 3 times.
Three times, yeah.
First time, we got a few episodes of season 2. Second time, season 2 again. Then season 6, he ends up sleeping with Joey, but nothing happens after that. Joey finds out he's seeing somebody in LA, and it's a whole thing.
Take care for it.
Yeah, that's the problem. But it leads us to this question that we're going to talk about. Did Joey make the right choice?
It's Joey and Pacey, no, hands down. No one can tell me otherwise. It's Joey and Pacey. That's the couple.
You know what? I have to agree. Joey and Pacey, absolutely. But Jen shouldn't have died. Jen should have stuck around.
It was weird.
That series finale was just weird.
It was drama to have drama.
Well, I mean, you thought Dawson and Joey were getting married. When they were setting up the series finale, letting you all know that, hey, the series finale is happening. Here's what's going to happen. And it has Dawson and Joey standing at the aisle getting married. And you're like, wait, what happened?
What?
And then you realize, oh, it's 5 years in advance. We're not going to tell you what's happening. You're just going to sit there and you're going to watch for 2 hours. And you're just going to sit there and be like, what?
See, the major problem is they did what a lot of other shows like How I Met Your Mother. You start off with 2 characters like Robin and what's his face, and you have to end it and bring it back to those 2 characters. But we didn't want that. That's not what we wanted. That's not what the viewers wanted. I'm sorry, but it wasn't.
It's not what the viewers wanted with that either.
Exactly. They ran into the exact same problem that show ran into, which they should have learned on How I Met Your Mother about doing that and how it doesn't actually work out in the end. I mean, you are kind of happy for them because, they do start. It's them at the beginning of the show. It's been about them slowly finding their way together and whatnot. But still, like, the payoff isn't what you wanted it to be. And personally, when Joey gets with Pacey, that was a good payoff. Like, it didn't just come out of nowhere. You did have some buildup, but you didn't necessarily see what was going to happen. Are they going to make it? It felt real organic, and it felt like anything could happen.
Yeah, and I did like the ending when, like you said, Pacey and Joey were together. That's the way it needed to end. And that's the way season 6 needed to end completely, because they were together in season 6, but that guy comes back and she's telling Pacey, oh, I can't be with you. He's back. What?
Yeah, what is that?
Then you're back with him at the very end.
Drama for drama, man.
And then Dawson gets his call with Spielberg, gets his lunch. Jen's gone. Jack's raising her kid.
Yep.
I don't like that ending. Along with Pacey's brother. I mean, it is what it is. That was also out of left field, too.
Now, Jack's character is one that we haven't really hit on very much. Jack had a pretty interesting...
Yes.
relationship with, you know, himself and everyone else. You want to explain it?
So when he came in, they put him and Joey together.
Yeah.
He's the reason Dawson and Joey broke up. Because he kissed her and she liked it, so she left Dawson. She got with She got with
Jack.
Jack. Thank you. I can't believe they gave her the name Joey, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, she was with Jack, and then Jack does this poem, and the teacher makes him read it out loud.
Yep.
And
which my boy Pacey comes in here in a minute.
Yes.
About
and
that.
Pacey comes in and goes off the teacher, and he's like, "You're spitting in the eyes of teaching," and he just lays a big loogie. It says, "That's spitting in the eyes of teaching."
All because he made Jack read that poem and come out to everybody.
Yes.
Jack turns out to be gay, which is very interesting for that show at that time. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was something new for TV.
Yeah, and that was taboo back then, except for Will and Grace, because Will and Grace was a comedy, though. This was drama.
Drama.
Yeah, this was drama, and Jack's character was the leading force at that time. And people can say all they want, but Jack was the leading force for gay characters in television and film at that time.
Yeah, and he did it justice. I mean, when he has that breakdown with his dad and his dad accepts him for who he is, that's also another taboo thing right there. Parents accepting it. A lot of parents did not accept their kids back then if they were gay, which was horrible. And then you get this beautiful moment with his dad where his dad's like, I love the fact that you're gay.
Yeah.
You know, I love you, son. Blah, blah, blah. You get that incredible like moment that a lot of people don't necessarily get. So the people that didn't have that moment with their parents can look back on that and be like, okay, that's what I really wanted, and they can get that kind of peace from it.
Exactly.
It was a very beautiful moment.
And you know, and that's why I like Jack's character, and I can't believe we didn't talk about it earlier. Because like I said, the show was just everywhere.
Yes.
Dawson's Creek was everywhere. It wasn't one stop. It was like 5 or 6 stops. And it was just all around everywhere. But that's what made the show great.
Yeah.
It wasn't about just one person. They called it Dawson's Creek because you thought it'd be about Dawson. But it really wasn't about Dawson.
It was about everybody.
Yeah, it was.
Someone in his
about
life.
Everybody. Now, I think it was more about Joey than anybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, she's the only one that was in all the episodes.
Joey's Creek, might as well have called it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Could you imagine selling that? All right. I got an idea, guys. Hold on. It's about a girl named Joey. We're going to call it Joey's Creek. That wouldn't sell.
It would not sell, no. But what did sell was the fact that she ratted on her dad.
Right?
Wore a wire because of Dawson. Dawson convinces her to wear a wire and rat out her dad for being a drug dealer.
And then she breaks up with Dawson, blaming saying it's Dawson's fault.
I'll never forgive you, Dawson, for what you made me do.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You're blaming Dawson for your choice.
Yep, she's a big girl. She had full choice. She didn't have to do that. But you're right, though. The show really was more about Joey than I think any other character, hands down, including Dawson.
Yeah, that character to me, I mean, sometimes she was very whiny.
Yes, a lot of times, especially at first.
Yes, but she started to grow on people, though. She was the main attraction.
Oh,
Katie Holmes was the main attraction of the show.
At first, a little rocky, and then boom.
Yes. And I mean, there's a reason she was the only one in every single episode. So, I mean, and it stood the test of time.
Yep.
It's been on Netflix, it's been on Max, it's on Hulu right now. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it. It's an amazing show. It's a coming of age drama, which is really good. It was right around the time of Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World was a drama comedy, and this one was just drama, and it was great. It was good for its time. I liked the fact they didn't have an audience.
Yes.
I miss shows like that where there's no audience and it's just
a real show.
One camera shot. It's not like multi-cameras like with live shows. I dislike that so much.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I loved Young Sheldon so much, because it was, it wasn't live. It was done on set with no fans, nothing. And that's what I love about these shows. And that's why I love most of the 90s stuff, because that's what the 90s was.
Exactly.
I mean,
so does this show stand the test of time?
Yes and no.
I completely agree.
Yes, on the fact of there are real life circumstances with what happened in Dawson's Creek compared to now and compared to everyday life, but also no of the fact of everything that happened in the show wasn't, to me, didn't feel real.
Yeah, it felt like it was too much.
Like there was some stuff that I liked, that I really liked, but also there was stuff I didn't like that I was just like, why is this here?
That's the biggest problem I have with the show, is the fact that they would create drama for drama's sake. That's I think the biggest downfall of the show, but I do think it holds up. I think that you could go back, rewatch it, and have a good time. You're going to be frustrated with the show.
Yes.
You're going to have great moments with the show, but I feel like that's what any real show is. You're going to have all those peak moments, and that's what really makes it lasting.
And I think that's
always going to be
the problem I had.
Yeah.
With it. And I still do, because I watch it still. I got it at home. I got the entire series.
Yep.
I find myself wanting to watch it, but there's certain seasons I will watch.
Yes.
Now, my favorite season of Dawson's Creek has to be season 4.
Season 4, yeah, I could get behind that.
Season 4 was good. It was very. I liked the Joey and Pacey were together all season long. I liked that. I didn't like how they broke up. I thought that was stupid.
Very.
That shouldn't have happened, because he ended up in Boston anyways.
Yeah. Go figure.
Like I said,
bad writing.
Some things is coming of age. Some things have stuck, but that doesn't.
Yep. Drama for drama's sake, sir.
Yes. But before we go, once again, if you're feeling like you're alone, please reach out to the Suicide Crisis Lifeline, 1-800-273-TALK. You are not alone. We promise you are not alone. And with that being said, oh my gosh. I was trying to end it on a good note here. When the producer just decided wanted to say a big F you to me and just put up Glenn Close. By the way, thank you all once again for 5,000 followers.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it. You all don't know how much this means to us. And I am Eldridge, and he is
Blackburn.
And also check out the Magic Vapor Shop. That can.
But
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, We are the Nostalgia Show, and we will see you all next week, and we'll let you know what the next episode will be tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, guys.